In today's video, I have two very important things to discuss. One is a very big warning for all XRP holders, and the second thing is a very big announcement that's hugely bullish for XRP holders. Having said that, if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos, make sure you press that like button because it helps me out greatly. My first warning is actually becoming apparent whilst just kind of watching my like button, so to speak. You can see here over on the right, there's a couple of live streams, and this is exactly one of the warnings that I have for you guys. Be careful with these freaking scams. There's a couple of different ways in which you could get scammed that a lot of people don't understand. One, impersonation. I will not DM you, I will not ask you for money, period, all right? No YouTuber will, nobody. Two, very important, or I guess very trending live streams with tens of thousands of people that you think are real that are asking you for a giveaway or something like that, or they're asking you to send the money or they'll send you double back. Three is fake messages. That mostly works in either you get lured into a fake website, which kind of coincides with the fake messages, but you get some sort of message on your MetaMask or whatever wallet you have, and you have to confirm something that you thought was real, but it's not. And I guess it kind of falls along with the phishing, right? As the phishing scheme. You have a couple other ones as well, which is using the wrong exchange, just getting scammed out of your money by using the wrong exchange, which is why I keep telling you guys, don't keep all your money on exchanges. It's too scary. Xum said over on Twitter just now, scammers are currently sending emails claiming to be Ripple. And a couple days ago, I warned you guys for the new MetaMask emails going around. Distributing 500 million XRP among XRPL holders. They then try to lure you to a site that looks like Ripple.com, but it isn't. Mind the I. Right? Yeah, it's not the same thing. They then try. There's a full sign-in with Xum Ledger Tracer on that site, and obviously we blocked the Xum integration when we just found out. Once the user signs in, they will ask you to sign a set regular key transaction. If a user would engage, they would authorize another XRPL account owned by the scammers to send transactions on your behalf. They then empty your account. Never sign a transaction if you don't fully understand what it will do. If you signed a said regular key without explicitly wanting to authorize the other account on your account, please remove it as soon as possible. Questions? Contact Xum support only in app. We have just added an extra warning for set regular key sign request. This is very important, and I really, like that they've done that. Once more now, it warns setting a regular key. This is on your Xum wallet for XRP, Ledger and XP holders. Setting a regular key results in giving the regular key account full signing access to the account the regular key is configured to. Configured. Little spelling mistake right there. Only proceed if you fully intend to allow another account to access all funds. Is this a professional way to let them know? Or I'm just dumb. Could also be, by the way, because I'm seeing nobody actually spot this. And I'm not my native language is not English. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe configured. I thought it was configured. Whatever. If I look dumb, I'll look dumb. It's okay. Trying to help the people. Moving on, though. We got some juicy news. All right, and I have a couple of things actually planned here to actually help you guys out with, by the way. I just posted this on Twitter. Hey, Vitsa, right, he's just a huge man. He's been building a lot for the XP Ledger, founder of XPL Labs, Xum Wallet, everything. Hey, Vitsa, could you please send me a DM or follow me back so I can send you one? Looking to set up something tiny but cool for the XP community that involves you. I keep looking at my messages though, but he's not seen it yet or he does not want to reply, but it's okay, we'll keep trying. But I'll get back to you guys on that one soon if he hopefully replies to my request, as I think he'll also enjoy it from a certain perspective. So he says, still sinking in that XRP Ledger now has a testnet offering, what? Smart contracts. But actually take a look at this first because this came earlier. 2 years ago, we embarked on a journey to design smart contract features for the XP Ledger. July 30th, 2020, we published a blog with the title, XRPL Labs is working on the Hooks Amendment for the XP Ledger, supporting business logic integration for developers. And yeah, in the past years, we went through discussing, designing, documenting, building, testing, benchmarking, more building, etc., many iterations, resulting in the first public testnet, and it really worked early 2021. A few months ago, we silently launched Hooks Testnet V2. We are very proud to announce that we are now squashed 2 years of work into one commit and submitted a pull request to the new Hooks branch of the Ripple repository. We're ready to kick off the discussion, testing, and audits to turn Hooks into an amendment ready for prime time. To allow everyone to get familiar with Hooks, build them, test them, share them, break them, we also worked with great people at Equilibrium Co. We are also announcing the Hooks Builder, a web-based development environment, allowing devs to build, test, deploy, trigger, and debug. The XP Ledger Foundation now houses the Hooks source code, Hooks builders, and all helper libraries. You can visit the Hooks landing page containing documents, explore GitHub links, and builder at hooks.xpledger.org, and one step closer to Layer 1 smart contracts for the XRP Ledger. Woo! Now, one of the questions you might have is here, look at this. Vitsa said, I recall Joel, David Schwartz, CTO at Ripple, co-creator of the XP Ledger, saying having smart contracts in the XP Ledger would slow the transaction time and increase the transaction fee. How will this feature impact those variables? Hooks and hook execution is very different. There's no impact on speed, and fees are only relevant if actual computation is involved, obviously. The fees are then still very low. Sending from/to an account without hooks, no impact. Sending from to an account with 100, maybe 1,000 drops, which is the smallest amount of XRP. So it's still going to be extremely cheap. By the way, guys, does this mean you're blocked, or does this mean that this guy is a private account? How can you find out? Never mind, I have found out. Interesting. But yeah, then he later on posted, still sinking, ow, I just hit my foot. Sinking in that the XRP Ledger now has a testnet offering smart contracts, real ones, layer 1, by community devs, 0 Ripple developers involved. Guess it's time to educate the crypto space that some of the FUD really makes no sense. Dark Defender says, so the theory that XRP needs the Flare networks for smart contracts is invalid in all terms and layers. Yeah, I guess so. You mean Flare is not necessary anymore, so that's kind of maybe a bummer to the Flare community, potentially. But this is huge for XRP, XP holders, everything. One of the things I think is huge for is the lawsuit itself, because if you're getting this smart contract functionality, oh my days, there are a lot of integrations that I can think of right now where you can actually compare it more so to Ethereum for a lot of perspectives. People are building on top of things, specifically on the XP Ledger. They're building on top of building on top of building, and there's kind of no denying that anymore, right? There's no denying that it's not only Ripple who has these new integrations, because they again, XRP Ledger developers built this, not Ripple, and then other people that have no connection to Ripple either can utilize this again to build their own businesses and whatnot. I think this is very bullish for the lawsuit, but also just very bullish for it as a project, so I'm very excited about it. I have a couple other small pieces of news. Reddit debuts a new NFT marketplace, opens door to avatar sales. Interesting. Personally not going to use it whatsoever, but I guess it's kind of cool that Reddit is also in on this trend. And then one thing that I'm personally a little bit more, I guess, involved with, or that I like seeing more, the US Treasury releases a regulatory framework for the international crypto market. According to US Treasury, certain aspects of the US crypto framework suit the global crypto market. The US wants to influence global regulation of digital assets. I think it's interesting how they approach this, saying like, oh, we want to be the center of the world in terms of crypto regulation, but they're very late to the party, as a lot of other countries, like the UAE, for example, or even Canada at that point, I guess UK, all these countries have already at least got some sort of framework in place to say, hey, these cryptos are cool, or at least this is why they're not cool. The US has been behind, and so they're not right in trying to say, yeah, we're being behind because we don't do it properly and want to make the world rules. From a certain perspective, they have a point. Since they're the leader of the world economy, they have a little bit of room to influence. But I kind of disagree on the fact that they're just too slow, and other countries have already gotten their own policies and whatnot in. If they all of a sudden ban one crypto, I don't think the entire world is going to ban it, right? Specifically, for example, with XRP, if they lose the lawsuit, I think they'll just be able to move, as I don't think the UAE is going to ban the crypto, unless they themselves decide it's not good. But then it's kind of hard to make world policy. I also think Europe is just going to come to their own conclusions. If US thinks, no, it is not a security, but Europe is like, no, we definitely don't want it here, I think it will just push through. Maybe in a decade, things will converge where all these guys will make some agreements together, but we're not there yet. And as of this point, I'm thinking, maybe though, right? Maybe eventually they're going to all come together and say, you know what, let's do this for blockchain tech as a base layer. But individual cryptos, that's very hard to make these agreements on, because I guess a lot of countries have different policies also on how you tax things and whatnot. We'll see how this goes, though. Yeah, that was it for today's video, though, guys. See ya.